Roger Penske and Denny Hamlin give their thoughts on the state of the future of NASCAR, and we've got an update on the Stapleton deal. Let's get into it. Coming up next. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing good today. All right, first things first, let's see what Roger Penske and Denny Hamlin think about the future of NASCAR. This from Deb Williams at Auto Week. Roger Penske has surprising vision of NASCAR future. Longtime team owner and racing pioneer sees hybrids, hydrogen as more likely options than electric power to NASCAR's future. And in the article, it goes on to say, I think the hybrid formula seems to be something that will make a lot of sense as we go forward because we've seen electrification kind of slow down here lately, says Penske, whose Penske Automotive operates dealerships worldwide. I think hybrid is more of a bridging strategy to the future. So there you go. That's kind of what I've been thinking all along. I think going forward, it's going to be a hybrid motor. And just to be clear, there are several sports cars, high-performance vehicles with hybrid motors. The sound will still be there. Everybody always, when I say hybrid, people are like, the sound's going to be gone if it's a hybrid. No, the sound is still there if it's a hybrid. It literally sounds the exact same. You just have an electric component that is giving that motor or that engine more horsepower. So the hybrid thing seems to be the best way to go because not only do you get more power, but you get more fuel efficiency so you can run longer. So basically hybrid is just the best of both worlds, except for the fact that if it's hybrid, it adds a little bit of complexity to the engine. But let's continue with the article here. Engine manufacturers, or the OEMs, are now dealing with our own strategies of trying to develop this EV marketplace, which is slower than expected. We have an issue of the reliability of the charging network. The infrastructure is not there, range anxieties. Remember with Formula E, they had to come in and get in another car. If we bring two cars to a NASCAR race, I'm not sure that's something we want to do right now if we're trying to look at costs. But I think in the future, I think the hybrid version could be very good. So he hits on a few key things there. The electric market hasn't come as quickly as the auto manufacturers or whoever thought it was going to come, if it's going to come at all, because he did address that, he thinks hydrogen and possibly hybrids are going to be the future because the infrastructure is not there. People have range anxiety. There just literally aren't enough charging stations in some places. Like somebody made a really good video about New York, how you would think New York would be one of the first places to adopt electric cars, but they haven't because there's nowhere to charge them in the city of New York. So, just all kinds of problems with the electric thing that everybody, the OEMs seem to have pushed, and they seem to be backing away from the full electric deal right now. And in Roger Penske's opinion, they seem to be going toward hybrids. So if you're running hybrids on the road, it would make sense that eventually NASCAR would get there. But he says he doesn't see it happening. He goes on further in here to say he doesn't see it happening in the future. But in that same article, Denny Hamlin had something to say about it. So let's see what he had to say. You've got our avid NASCAR fans that want one thing. You've got new fans that would like to see other things. You've got OEMs that frankly aren't even aligned or on what they believe is the future. Whether it's all lithium battery or is it some sort of mixture with hydrogen, Hamlin says, I think it's going to take a while for this to play out, and it's going to take years for this to play out to figure out where transportation in general in the U.S. goes throughout the world. And that, to me, is right on the money. Nobody knows which way this thing is going to go. So for the foreseeable future, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of changes to NASCAR. Probably at the earliest, I would say maybe 3 to 5 years, we might see an engine change that would have some type of hybrid component. But once again, like I said, it would still have the sound. It would just be enhanced by the hybrid component. You would have more power and probably better range or better fuel mileage. So, I don't see much really changing. Basically a hybrid, if nobody told you a hybrid was in the car, I don't think anybody would even be able to tell the difference until they pop the hood. So I think for the foreseeable future, we're probably not going to see many changes, and the changes we do see will be sort of slight. Mitchell Stapleton, who of course is Stapleton 42, had this in response to the whole ITG deal. This is because they shared my video on the museum's pages, not because I made the video. The museum page sharing it is considered by them as an endorsement of my personal opinion. Totally insane. So there you go. With that update, it totally changes everything I thought about this. I thought that ITG was going after Stapleton and made Stapleton take down the video because in a logical world, that would totally make sense. But what actually happened is Stapleton's video is still up, and I'm going to link it down in the description. So if you want to check out the video, which I highly recommend, check out Stapleton's video because it's still up. They actually were making Will Spencer, the guy who owns the Winston Cup Museum, take Stapleton's video down off of Facebook. So, or legal action is coming allegedly. So to be clear, in the year of our Lord 2023, allegedly, ITG is upset that the Winston Cup Museum posted somebody else's video on their Facebook page, and that is what legal action is being threatened against. The reason I got it wrong yesterday is because my brain couldn't even conceive something this petty. If you told me when I was 19 years old that corporations making billions of dollars would take legal action, allegedly, against people saying mean things on the internet, I probably would have laughed in your face. But that's where we are, and that's where we stand. So yeah, it's actually a video posted on Facebook is the video being taken down, and Stapleton 42's video is still up. The more I learn about this, the worse it gets, honestly. Like, oh my God, like, what are we doing here? Allegedly. Wow. All right, that's all I got for you on this one. If you made it this far, I would love to have your subscription. If not, I'll keep making these things. If you're already subscribed, I appreciate you guys as well. Let me know down in the comments what you think about any of this. Really be interested to see about the Stapleton stuff, because it really just blows my mind. Yeah. Other than that, peace. If you want to visit the merch store, we got buy one, get one on the t-shirts. So, yeah. And you won't see the buy one, get one until you put it in the checkout cart. So there you go. All right, I'm really going now.